Good morning, Bobby.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Interested in your take on how crypto has been trading. It really has been echoing the moves largely in risk assets, things like the NASDAQ 100, at least so far in the last few months. Was interested to see that your clients have also, raised some cash and maybe are taking down some of their crypto risk. What's your read on that?
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. So in this kind of uncertain environment, I don't have to tell you guys about the socio-political stuff going on, the inflation. We think that people are generally a little bit more conservative in all of their asset classes that they're dealing with, and crypto is no exception. We are seeing specifically at Bitstamp some evolution of investing trends. So for instance, a little bit more held in stable coins today versus a year ago.
A little more in stable coins. So in other words, people are less aggressive about speculating on immediate upside in coins then.
Exactly. There's a bit of a de-risking, I think, across the board.
And have we learned anything about the utility of crypto over this period of time when you have seen it really not make new highs on higher inflation prints, where it's been kind of in this middle zone in terms of prices during this moment of global turmoil? Do you think it's not lived up to some of the promises, or is it actually doing what it's supposed to, so to speak?
I think it's accurate to say that we expected that it would be more of a valid hedge, for instance, against inflation than what we're seeing today. So this correlation, however, is not unexpected when you think about the role that crypto plays in most investors' lives today. It is a bit more speculative. And so when you're in an environment where de-risking is appropriate, they're going to take it out of stock and crypto. However, I do think in the future, as it becomes more of a mainstream investment and more of a central part of different investors' portfolios, I think it could start to play a different role, more like gold.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting discussion, especially when you have this trading and speculation piece of the puzzle versus the doomsday insurance, aka digital gold. And how there's a push-pull there right now. I'm just curious, Bobby, how does regulation fit into all this, given the fact that we did get that Biden executive order last week?
Yeah, well, I think the executive order is an incredibly important step, and I think it's important for a few reasons. Firstly, just acknowledgement. There's over 46 million Americans who have invested in crypto, and I think it's just really important that the government recognizes the opportunity as legitimate and valid. And so, as an exchange that's been around for 10 years, that hasn't always been the case. Secondly, to your point, clarity, right? So we are in the U.S. living with some fairly confusing jurisdictional and other questions regarding regulation. And we do think that keeps people on the sidelines, investors on the sidelines, institutions on the sidelines, and ultimately impedes innovation in the space. So the Biden order, I think, is a really strong step towards asking for clarity, and clarity will bring about confidence for consumers and investors, and we think that'll be good for broad-scale adoption. The final thing I'll say about the executive order is, it's notable in its tone. Its tone is, at least to my read, is focused more on innovation and competitiveness for the U.S., which is a bit different from some of the commentary we've gotten from regulators over the last couple of years. And we think that's incredibly important. President Biden is not only saying that the U.S. should accept crypto, but also be a leader in this emerging global arena.